We do. Okay.
Okay. So are we rolling? Are the cameras started? Did we get the audio mic set up? Do we have action?
I have planted a boom mic in all of your rooms.
Shit.
Are we actually running?
You may find your boom mic. And if you find it, you are free to leave the podcast.
Fuck.
Until then,
Spencer, you can finally get out of the.
I was gonna say, can I leave my dungeon? Can I leave my dungeon if I find the boom mic?
if you find the boom mic. But here's the thing. Until then, I have you as the opposite of a captive audience. You are captive performers.
Oh, yay.
That's a little scary.
Oh my gosh, I thought. Oh wait, no, that's a dildo. My fault.
They look
That's
so
a
similar.
surprise tool that'll help us later.
This is. Why is it so fuzzy? Anyway.
What?
That would not be comfortable.
Nope.
Uh,
That's why I asked. Anyway. Hello everybody.
welcome to this energy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show.
Strange,
Weird-
strange energy that I'm feeling in the studio today.
I am eating
Yeah.
nuts and goldfish.
Nice.
And I would like feedback on that statement.
I don't know how I feel about that at all.
Cool.
I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Goldfish don't have nuts.
I said nuts and goldfish, not the goldfish's nuts.
Nuts are better than goldfish.
Debatable.
Guys, the snack that smiles back.
Yes.
Oh no.
Children. Anyway.
What? Who would like to start this thing off with a fun fact? I need. We gotta get past goldfish nuts.
Get right into the episode.
You just want to go right and skip fun facts entirely.
No.
We need fun facts. That's the whole point of this.
No,
Okay. Okay. Fun fact from JD. Hello, everybody. My name is Spencer Birmingham. I play Johnston Davidson, or JD. I feel like I'm stealing another campaign's bit by being like the quirky cleric, so I'm not gonna do that every time.
You think You think I have anything original? I'm just stealing from everybody else.
Fair.
That's how you make a good podcast.
The caring cleric of the group, the caring, curious, charismatic cleric of the group, who no longer has six-pack abs, at least
Damn it.
visible to the naked eye. JD, fun fact. He he has had like an Adam and Eve moment in the woods
What?
where there's like a serpent. There's a snake
Oh.
that can talk.
Okay.
And it like would try to, it would get like, he would like hang out with his snake, and he knew the snake was actively trying to kill him, but he liked it anyway. And he like would hang out with the snake. Because it was kind of like a small snake, and its whole shindig was that it would like lure travelers like a mockingbird into dangerous situations. It would be like, Jenny, you see that dark cave? And he'd be like, yeah. And he's like, you should go in there. He's like, no, you silly snake. There's demons in that cave. And he named
cave demon.
we both know about the demon cave. And he named the snake Sylvester. He's the Sylvester the Sly Snake. And he's
Okay.
still alive. He's back there somewhere.
I will be using this information.
I desperately look forward to visiting JD's hometown and immediately falling for the snake's lies.
You're just like, there's no way. I mean, that's such an obvious ploy. He's got to be like a double reverse, like kind of suggestion, like psychological trick here. There must be something good in the cave, and you go in.
Immediately stabbed by 17 imps.
Any other fun facts that oh, I don't know if I can say Jesse anymore. I don't. What should I say in your intro now?
AT.
Yeah, we got
AT.
AT, we got anything, we got Jesse. Many.
What would anything like to tell us about?
Ooh, okay. Anything. This is weird phrasing, but anything more than anything, I think wants, like ever since creating Bimley, has very much just kind of been in the idea of I want to create more creatures. I want more creatures around me.
Okay.
And so I think that, like we talked about a couple episodes, like collecting like the opposite of magic cards, like is essentially just kind of on this train of I'm trying to see if I can find more things to be my allies. More friendly creatures.
Fair enough.
Your adventuring party pulled through on that one.
Exactly.
All right, Kennedy, hit us with a very stunning fact.
Krem has 3 hidden tattoos.
Oh shit, that's a big one. I was not expecting that.
And if you find them, you find them. If you don't, you don't.
I don't like the implications of that. Fred,
Well-
let me explore you. Let me see all of you. No,
I didn't like when
Wow.
you said that.
no, don't like it.
I don't
Don't like it.
that.
Hate it. Hate it.
Bad
Hate it. Hate
phrasing.
it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.
But
Hate it. Hate it.
that fact is
Interesting.
fun. Krem has 3 tattoos that are hidden.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Anybody want to ask anybody anything about a character?
Mollywog. I like Mollywog.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Mollywog.
down for Mollywog.
Yeah, I'm down for or quick. What's the name of the guy? The
Genki?
Garrett Yankee.
Yankee.
I'm also very down for Genki. He's a mysterious boy.
He's mysterious, and I kind of want to know more about him. But Mollywog's good too.
Genki.
Yeah, I think
Um,
we can do Mollywog
also
this time,
tossed.
and we can do Genki next time.
Okay, Mollywog. Mollywog is a guy who, like, went to anger management and was like, I passed, but he did not pass at all. And so he thinks he's fine, but he's actually not, and he actually just needs to go back to anger therapy.
Oh no.
But, like, he really does care, but he cares so much that, like, it just boils over into rage.
Did
'Cause,
we
like-
see like plaques in his office when we were in there of like
Yes, you see the coins. It's like, I made it 2 days into anger therapy. He,
It's been
Yeah,
0
he's-
days since the last incident.
he's a barbarian, so like even if he wanted to, I don't think he really could fully do it. But like to me, rage is just the justification for fairness in a world that isn't fair. If that makes any sense. Like, you see something that's unfair and you get mad because you're like, that shouldn't be that way, it should be this way. And he sees that all around him.
Oh, so he's not angry, he's indignant.
I guess he is, yeah.
Like he sees something and he's like, it's not supposed to be that way versus just being mad. Like I think those are two different things almost.
It's a little bit of a mix, I guess. Indignant is a good word to describe it, though. Yeah. He's I don't want to even say just, but he's like a guardian who's doing things not exactly the way they should.
An anti-hero.
Sort of. Yeah. Sort of. Yeah.
if it weren't for him not completing or not quote unquote completing anger management, he would be a paladin.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I love him.
I want to be Ginky's friend.
I like
This wasn't
Genki.
Ginky though. This is Mollywog.
Oh,
wasn't it?
Mollywog. Sorry. No, I hate that bitch.
You hate Mollywog.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Fair enough.
Just your average kind of scholars in a world of mystery and sacred altars. Together we will make it through. Together we will find the truth. Class is in session and with zero direction, we're gonna pass the test. Draconic aggression and ghostly possession. College really is the best. Though odds are stacked against us, And our GPAs should not be discussed. I promise I will educate until I graduate.
All right, so you guys, unless you want to do any more shenanigans, head back to your room, and I'm gonna allow y'all to do one thing prior to the exam. So while you think about that, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
I want to have a scene with JD or Jesse.
I want to have a scene of all of us taking a mushroom.
I want to have the scene where I take Marion and get backstory.
Okay.
So yeah,
I like the Marion backs.
I like that we all like
Okay.
immediately had like the thing that we wanted to do.
Yeah. How about this for order? Your scene with Marion, my scene with you, and then the mushroom scene later to kind of round out the thing with humor.
Yeah, like before the night is over, I just want to like pop a mushroom with everyone.
Hey.
And I kind of like the order of the scene with JD Jesse can like happen on the way back to the room, where it's like we kind of like separate off.
Okay.
Then I think Jesse Marion, and I kind of like the idea of like the night before the exam, like right before we do it, mushroom.
Yeah. Calm down a little bit. Bring it on down.
If everyone likes that order, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So
I'm down.
open to objections though.
No, I'm down.
We don't have to do mushrooms. We could save it for like another occasion. Krem's just had a rough night, so she's getting some sort of substance in her, regardless of what anybody said.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what did you guys want to do?
I think we've set up 3 different ideas for scenes. I don't know if those have any bearing on like because I think you were talking about like things that like train us for stuff, or are you just talking about anything?
No, I'm just saying in general.
Okay, so JD and Jesse's scene, and then Jesse and Marion's scene, and then Krem wants to do mushrooms with everybody.
Okay.
And we're all just gonna roll Constitution on that one, probably.
So you're heading back to the dorm room, and I'm confused. You said scene. I don't know what that means.
So
Just like a conversation.
yeah,
Like a private conversation between the two of you?
yeah.
They're gonna
Okay.
lie off.
Okay. Easy enough.
Hey, Marion, Krem, we'll catch up just a sec.
Of course.
I want to talk to Jesse.
Okay. And Marion continued.
Hey.
Can we find
Can we find
somewhat private? Yes, I think we're both thinking the same thing.
like a janitor's closet or something like that?
On your way back, there is the observatory you can go to, the library, you could go to the bathrooms, you could go to the open courtyard. Those are some good places, I guess.
All right, I go to the open courtyard. It's like 3 a.m, right?
It's very early in the morning, yeah.
Yeah. So open courtyard, just you and me outside on a crisp evening in the mountains, and yeah, I think we just sit down on a carved bench made of stone out in the courtyard next to the archery range, and look up at the sky.
Yeah, I'm making sure that like there's no windows that look towards us, nothing that very much
mean,
like scoping the
courtyard-
area.
The courtyard has like windows open all around it, because this is like where the dorms kind of look out into. So like this is not like there's nobody awake probably at this time, and you're probably okay, but like it's not guaranteed.
Is there like a corner of the courtyard that has like kind of like
You
plants
can go
and
like the
stuff like that?
stables. You can go in some bushes, I guess. I'm just saying, like if you sit on a bench in the middle, it's not going to be entirely hidden. But
How about this? Can we like flip up on top of a roof?
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, you can
Yeah,
totally
on
do
like
that.
the roof of the building.
That's cool.
So we crawl up on a roof with our backs. Like there's a chimney or like an output above the kitchen that we have positioned between us and the main part of the courtyard where people could kind of look up on the roof and see us. We're hidden behind it.
Okay.
And I lean my head back up against the wall, and I don't look at Jesse, but I say, "So, you have some explaining to do."
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
I I don't know how to feel. I don't know how much of what you've shown me is real and how much of what you've shown me is someone else. Is your name Jesse?
My name is not Jesse. The aspects of my past, I have told you through the guise of it being the program over the summer. The aspects of my personality that you know are true. I have not come with intent to harm or deceive about my personality. Only my identity.
JD pulls his hair back over his ears as a little stress relieving thing. He kind of runs his fingers through it haphazardly and blows out air through his puffed out cheeks and just says, well, I'm going to keep calling you Jesse if that's okay.
That's more than okay. If you're looking for my real name, you may call me anything.
Literally anything, or do you
yes,
mean...
the word anything.
Okay.
It's a name that the real Jesse gave to me.
People call me JD. Can I call you AT?
Of course. But if we're around people outside of our small group, stick to Jesse.
And
I do not want to be found out until I can bring him back.
Well, AT,
Mm-hmm.
I have to tell you two things. I still value the time that we've had together. I think it's real. However, altered it may have been from my perspective versus yours. I think it's been beautiful, and I enjoy you, I care for you, and I will still fight for you on the field of battle. But for some context, my people are very suspicious of things that are not as they appear. You spend a long enough time in the forest fighting things that have learned to survive in different ways, and you rub up against some that look nice and are not. You run up against poisonous butterflies and venomous snakes with glowing yellow fur, even things that look like they should be your friends but are not. So forgive me, but there's some trust to earn back after this.
I understand, but I want you to know everything that I do, have done, the sins of my past and my present. It is only to survive, never to harm as many people as I may have harmed. But I want to undo that.
And for the first time in this conversation, JD looks at Jesse in the eye, and he says, continue to prove it. And he stands up and starts walking down the roof.
That was a
gonna
very,
stay up
very
there.
good scene.
Yeah, Jesse's gonna stay on the roof, just kind of back to the chimney, knees to chest.
I really like this scene, but like the entire time I was imagining JD, red hair out, flowing in the wind, with a tank top and like abs, just sitting there against the roof with like, the moonlight kind of peering down on him. I'm just like,
Oh man,
yeah,
glistening.
this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all don't want to do anything else. We can go on to your next scene.
Yeah, this is gonna be like in the coming time before the exam, Jesse's gonna follow up on taking Marion and doing kind of like their conversation.
Okay. Do you remember what you told her you'd do, or no?
Take her to dinner somewhere off of like campus grounds, her choice as to what it is. And I remember that she said something spicy.
Okay. So you have to sneak out of the wall to do this, and I'm just gonna say it goes well. And you kind of go out into the woods, and the snow's basically melted. Spring is here, and you spend a good time of your walk kind of in silence. And you know she has like a bag with her. It's not usually with her. And she goes and basically, I'm gonna actually have her roll survival because this will be whether or not this goes well for something. She has +5 to survival, but she rolled a nat 1. Again, that's
Can I
the
be
second nat
helping
1 to
with
roll.
this? Or is this like
This is kind of a her thing.
okay?
So she frustratedly tries to hunt down like these rabbits in the woods. And she kind of sighs after a good couple hours and she just goes, I guess I've lost my touch since. Well, I know you wanted to talk with me, and that's why we're out here. And I wanted to cook some rabbit over some fire and kind of just. And she takes out some jalapenos and she goes, "This is sort of a delicacy from the fire plane, or so I'm told, and I kind of just enjoy that with you. But I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. But I guess you can take this." And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out the diary she mentioned back in the exam with JD. And it's a very old looking tattered journal. It's like all the pages are all kind of warped from it being in water. The edges are kind of burnt. There's holes kind of scattered about it. And she goes, "You can read this in your own time or now. It's up to you, but just make sure you get it back to me because it's the most important thing that I own." And
Of course.
she starts to walk back to campus.
I'm just gonna kind of say to her, if you don't want me to know, I don't have to. I
No,
am
I-
not someone to deny someone secrets.
I don't want to trick you anymore. And she continues to walk.
I think I'm gonna sit and just read for a little bit.
Okay.
I might.
So,
I think I'll go back into campus grounds, like just not walk with her, but walk kind of like within eyesight, you know?
yeah. So you get back to campus grounds and you find a place to sit down and you open up the book. And I'm going to basically be reading a series of journal entries until you either want me to stop reading it to you or until you get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So you see on the first page, it just says Marion's diary, and it's written in basically charcoal. Most of this is. And it says June 281 a.m., which was, from your knowledge, about 14 years ago-ish. And it says, "Dear Diary, we've been traveling so much, it's hard to keep track of everywhere we've been. So I started this diary. Plus, Mom wants me to start learning common better. She's so smart." And that's where the entry ends. And it goes, May 281 a.m. "We finally found a place outside of town to call home. They haven't got rid of us yet and are even letting us use their well. And that entry ends. September 2:81 a.m. I made a new friend today. Her name is Penny. She loves playing tricks just as much as I do. She told me about this really powerful person who's also a deer sometimes that tricks people because it's funny. So we spent all day running around the square like deer causing trouble. I had so much fun playing with her. I hope I can see her again today. October 2:81 a.m. I've been having so much fun here. I hope we never leave. Today, Penny showed me her pet guinea pig. She named him Wilbert. October 2:81 a.m. Penny and I were playing hide and seek in the town today. She's really good. She was so good that I never found her, and she would always come out and find me instead when I got lost. But today, I finally found her hiding in a barrel. I was so happy. When she jumped out to surprise me, I grabbed her arm. Then she screamed. I let go and she fell down clutching her arm that was really red now. She says she was okay. I don't know what happened, but I felt really bad. I didn't see her for a while. October 2:81 a.m. I found her. She was at home. Luckily, I spotted her through a window and ran over to say hi. We only got to talk for a little bit, but before she told me to go, but to hurry back tomorrow. October 2:81. Went back to her house again and used a piece of firewood to get up to the window. We talked for hours and hours. I don't know why she can't come outside to play anymore. Maybe because it's getting cold outside? I can't tell any difference. Mom says I'm hot-blooded by nature. December 2:81 a.m. I was talking with Penny again when her mom came into the room screaming. She opened the window and pushed me away, saying, "We don't want your kindness here anymore." And you can see that where it said kindness, "ness" has been crossed out and it says kind. So the new sentence says, "We don't want your kind here anymore." And then it continues with, "She closed the window and I heard even more shouting. I wish I had stayed, but my arm hurt from where she pushed me. I'm going back tomorrow." December 2:81 a.m. The page is marked with tears. I went to see Penny today, and when I went to the window, it was boarded up. I climbed up and saw that Penny was chained to the floor. I think Penny was waiting for me because as soon as I looked in, she came rushing to the window. She was scared. So was I. Then her mom came and saw me talking with Penny again. She got really mad and hit Penny, and I think she would have hit me too if the window wasn't boarded up. I got really mad too. I don't know what happened, but the windowsill caught fire, and I jumped away from it. I didn't know what to do, so I started to throw snow that was melting in my hands. I had almost put it out when her mom came outside with a knife and started chasing me. So I ran. I ran as fast as I could back home. December 2:81, the next day. Mom and Dad said some angry people came to our campground today. They asked if I knew anything about what they were saying. I lied. December 2:81 a.m. The people came back, and Mom said I needed to run. So I ran. I ran through the woods for hours, but the melted snow that trailed behind me just led them straight to me. I ran for so long I passed out. But before I did, I could have sworn I saw a black deer with massive antlers arrive to take me away. And then the journal entries stop.
Jesse's going to take a separate piece of paper and just write down, "I'm sorry for the pain of your past. I understand the feeling of running and the feeling of hate that can come from people. I'm glad that you made it out. but that doesn't change how history feels. And I'm going to tuck that into the next blank page.
So you flip through the book, and you kind of get towards the end, and you notice that there are actually a couple more entries.
Oh.
And it says, "Hey, I haven't written here in a while. I was at the Church of Bashaba, and they sent me to this really cool place called the College for the Weird. I guess it's kind of fitting. I made a lot of new friends today. I was surprised by that." And then the next page goes on. "I like my professor, but I like my dorm mates even more. We're going on so many adventures. I didn't think I would be doing this again, but JD brought it up to me. So I guess I will." And then it kind of goes on, just kind of describing daily things that she's been doing. And that basically ends with the most recent entry being like, "Yesterday, had cinnamon bread. It was really good."
Yeah, I'm just going to hand it back to her. The next kind of free moment that there's kind of passing.
She takes it and she looks at it. I hope that wasn't too. Yeah. What? I don't want to say what did you think, but do you understand? Now, I don't know. I try to be nice
I
in case
understand.
something.
I think
Yeah.
better than you know.
Well, let me know sometime. And she continues on training out in the courtyard.
I'm gonna leave Bimley with her and just go about day.
Okay. And what did y'all want to do for the next scene?
So I've changed my mind. 'Cause the next scene
you're
is-
like, after that depressing ass backstory, you're just like, yeah, I don't know if mushrooms are the deal.
I don't think
Good.
mushrooms are
Sorry.
what I want to do, and it's technically my thing is the last thing.
Mhm.
I think that Krem is going to grab the closest bottle of liquor that she can find, whether that be
Okay.
sneaking into a kitchen and stealing it, or sneaking into another dorm room and stealing it. In some way, shape, or form, she's getting a bottle of something.
Make a stealth check for me.
Okay. I'm glad I'm good at stealth. It's like 18 plus 7.
Okay. You
Who do
sneak
I
into
steal?
the. Huh?
Who do I steal from? Yeah, where do I sneak in?
So basically, you go to the cafeteria, and just as the green kobold who kind of gives you messages starts to lock up for the night, you sneak in behind and go into the back storage area, and there are lots and lots of bottles of wine.
I take just one. I don't need more than one.
You look at the bottle of wine, and you can tell it's the same brand from Castillo's family, the Brooks.
Oh, that's the good stuff, man.
That's the
Um,
good stuff.
as I do that, I'm going to find a piece of paper and something to write with. And I'm assuming that's relatively easy to
Oh yeah, easy.
and then Krem's gonna walk back to the room. And I don't know if anyone's there yet or not. But she doesn't really matter, and it doesn't really matter, and she's not gonna notice them anyways. But she's literally just going to walk into the room, walk to her desk, put down this piece of paper and this pen, and slowly begin to write a letter to her father, not to be sent through the cleave, but to just be sent to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll text you what that letter says.
Ooh.
And then by the time that I'm done writing, the bottle is empty.
Oh boy.
So, and then once I'm done drinking the bottle and writing the letter, I'm going to place the letter like in my dresser and then just go to sleep.
I don't want to alter that if you don't want it to be altered, but I think it could be interesting if, like, because I got off that roof before Jesse did, and I probably just went straight back to the room. And as Jesse's having this interaction with Marion, I think I might have stumbled in on like the last scribbles of your quill on that paper and like you finishing off the bottle of wine, if you wanted to have that play out.
Sure, I'm fine with that. I just don't want the process of it being like writing to be interrupted.
No. Yeah. Like you like place the final iota and you hear the sound of the
Are you
door
doing that
open
the same
behind you.
night that all that stuff happened, or are you doing like a different night?
Well, that was the thing. I probably wouldn't have done it on the same night.
Okay.
You know, the thing
Because-
with the was
Yeah.
over like the course of a couple days, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I more than likely after that night, Krem just went to sleep.
Okay.
So this would have been like later on. And I might have intentionally done it when I knew that y'all would have been gone.
Yeah.
So that I could just like sit and do it and drink the bottle and do what I need to do to get it done.
Yeah, okay, then that's all you.
Okay. So yeah, that's what my action is before we take the next exam. And Andrew, I'll send you that letter. I've been typing it since they've been describing their things. But I'm not done yet. So
Are y'all ready to continue on to the exam?
Yeah, absolutely. Who's our professor this time?
Professor Brand.
Yeah, that's my
Brand.
teacher.
It's gonna be fun.
oh, can I heal? Can I full heal? Actually,
Nope, too late. The intro started.
No healing during the intro.
Can't
I
heal
am
during the
long
intro.
rest. I am long resting. Did we level up?
We're gonna get there. Don't worry.
We did.
I
I'm
promise.
pretty sure he said that like we level up after every time we do like 3 weeks of like long things, right?
I think it's exam stuff, basically, when you level up,
Oh, okay. Heard.
or whenever I deem fit. So
Yeah, he
Or
didn't
whenever
say
you
no
see
right
it.
there.
we'll see.
You are the DM.
Yeah. So you begin by meeting up with more people than usual. You meet up with Slaron, you meet up with Castio, you meet up with Arcus, you meet up with the last one, god damn it, Zormash. And you guys all kind of meet together with Professor Brand, and you're walking down the long, winding pathways into the unknown. So, is there anything you guys would like to do on your kind of walk down?
I feel like I should, but I don't.
Okay.
JD glances at Slaron and makes insight.
Yeah, make an insight check.
That's a 22.
22. You get a multitude of things from this. On the one hand, she is kind of keeping an eye on you. Like, she's just kind of like, I can't believe that this is the situation I ended up with. I can't, like, this is more out of my control than I thought was going to happen, but I'm going with it. But also, with the 22, you realize that she's also really looking into, like, her sorcery spells and, like, really trying to memorize everything and just do the best that she can right before this exam starts. Like, she's like a kid waiting outside an exam hall, going through all their notes again, frantically trying to figure out, like, what did I miss before going through.
Not a question that's important to what I just did. Can I manage my spells right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Absolutely,
that. Really quick.
manage your spells. So as you're wandering down, Professor Brand goes to I'm gonna say you, Jesse, and Cassio, and he takes both of your hands and he plops down a token of anti-magic into it, and he goes, "So, highly unusual, but I'm glad to partake in this exam process. It should be easier for someone of my skill to watch over two groups. Maybe I'll give one of the professors a break. But that also means that your exam grades are tied to each other. So if one of you messes up, it's going to affect the other group. So just keep that in mind." And he kind of slinks back behind the rest of you.
Of course.
Where's our
Anything-
token?
I just like kind of hold it up between two fingers. I'm gonna tuck it in my front pocket.
Okay.
Creme wants it. Creme wants that token.
I'm
Are you going to
look-
try and steal it from him, or are you just going to ask him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and take it from him.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That is a 17.
Can I make?
What's your
sleight of-
passive perception?
I was gonna say,
My
can I make
passive?
can I make sleight of hand against her?
I mean, if you think that she's going to try and take it from you ahead
I
of
feel
time, you
like-
can try and...
I feel like living with Creme for like however long it's been.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like 8 weeks. We know this stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I want to
Make
like
a sleight of
act like
hand
I'm
check.
putting it in one pot, like my front pocket, and then actually put it like in the fifth pocket from the bottom because Jesse has so many pockets on his jacket.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Boop. That is 23.
That's so rude.
Wow.
I
Okay.
have +6 to sleight of
Um,
hand.
I have
I'm gonna ask, do you have anything that she's going to grab instead of the token? Like a replacement thing? Or is it just gonna be empty?
I think that she pulls out a little card that Jesse preemptively put in that pocket. That just says "made you look."
She's gonna take the card and smack it into his face.
The biggest shit-eating grin.
No, like I'm literally
Amazing.
gonna put the card in my hand and then smack him in the face with it.
Enough to hurt him, or just like...
Just to
Yeah.
show him that not to hurt him.
Okay.
No pain intended. No unarmed strike. Just to hit him.
You're met with a shit-eating grin.
So as you descend down, you go a bit deeper than you had on the previous exam, and you wander, and the tunnels are splitting off more rapidly in greater succession at this point. And it's kind of a wonder as Brand takes you down. He knows exactly where he's going to find like an open portal, and he leads you to one that is different from before because it is larger. It's glowing a lime green as it kind of twinkles and shatters before reforming and then shattering again. And it's the entrance to the portal.
May I ask what a green portal means, Professor Brand?
Oh, they're typically to different planes, like some that aren't too far away, like elemental planes typically. But you never know. These portals are finicky. So, oh yes, before I forget, he takes out these little pins that are the same WW, and he goes, "This is a tether. You are going to need it in order to bind yourself to this plane. If not, you could get lost in a different plane, and it's not good. So, typically, whenever we enter a portal, the tether is kind of your key back. It brings you to where you should be. If you were to re-enter the portal without one, bad things could happen. So make sure you keep this on you, and he kind of pins them all to you, securing them, making sure they're okay, before putting one on himself. And yeah, I have absolute faith in you. And he summons his familiar, which is like a dragon, but it is like pitch black, like the void, basically. Black pupils. It's very hard to see in the dark, and it actually just disappears into his robes as you watch him summon. Like, clearly summon it. It goes away.
Also, last time we were given funds to sustain us on the inside. Do we receive that for this mission, or is this different?
Considering we're in 2 groups here, I think it's best that I hold on to it in case you need any. So come to me to request it.
Understood.
How much can we request?
I will let you know if it's too much.
5,000 gold.
He just looks at you. He doesn't respond. He just looks at you.
You're not letting me know right now, man. You're going back on your promises.
He's just looking at you. He's not saying yes or no. He's just saying, yeah. You don't know what he has in his inventory.
All right. Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, make an insight check.
I'm gonna just roll that in D&D Beyond. It was a natural 1. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, he definitely has 5,000 gold on him.
He's holding out on you.
He's holding out on you for sure.
My eyes
He's keeping
narrow.
that money for himself.
My eyes narrow at him. All right. I look around at the others. Is there anyone that has anything else to say before I somersault into this portal?
I don't
I somersault into the portal.
As you do.
Well, she's saying,
As you do, you hear a voice coming down from the tunnel, and it's Yidril. And he's like, I have something to say. Oh, God. That's who I wanted to talk to.
Gotta be quicker than that, Yidril!
He has a letter in his hands, and it's a red color instead of a normal, like...
I can just come back, right?
No, once you go through, you're going through.
No, because like I got the things that like I can come back through whenever I want, right?
The tether, yeah. But for this instance, we're going to say no. You go through, and you hear his voice shattering into a million pieces. And Yidril goes, you guys better follow him quick, because time's going to be a little bit warpy on his end. But, yeah, take this and give this to him. It's really important. I just got it. And he hands you this red envelope to whoever wants it.
I'm going to look at Krem.
Doesn't want it.
She doesn't want it?
Nope.
I'll take it.
All right.
Can I try to reverse
as you go
it to Krem?
As you're going for it, Sloran goes, I'll take it and give it to him if you want me to.
Oh, I think that'll be okay.
And she takes the envelope, and then she jumps and cannonballs through the portal. And then her group proceeds to follow after, and you can follow after if you want.
Yeah, I'll just follow in after everyone.
And Marion follows, and she goes, Adventure is out here! And she takes the Wand of Wonder, and she casts a spell back at Yidril before exiting.
She does not! What? Did you not learn?
So we're gonna roll dice for that.
Oh gosh, DM, you just like you're about to kill your character with your character.
Yeah.
I used the stones to destroy the stones.
D100, Wand of Wonder, let's go.
She casts Disintegrate.
She casts
an 80.
Power word
an
kill.
80.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens.
None of us see this.
None of us see. None of you guys see this.
Oh,
In fact, it's
I haven't gone in
because.
yet.
Oh, you haven't gone in yet.
No.
So what you see is, she casts the Wand of Wonder, and the spell goes out back towards her, and then she twinkles out of existence.
What?
Before she even goes through the portal.
All right, I can't do anything. So that happened.
I'm gonna look to Brand.
Fran's like, I have no idea, but we should probably follow.
Okay.
And he pushes you through.
Yeah. I'm gonna tuck the little tether into the back of my tie and go through.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, Jesse?
Oh god, yeah, sure. Oh god, I'm not good at these. Why do I always dump wisdom? What was that? That's a 7.
7. So as you start to go through the portal, you see your true self, and this time you see it raise a hand up towards you without you raising up a hand, and then you disappear, and the world yet again turns into a kaleidoscope as the shards swirl around you, and all of a sudden you feel the wind passing by your face as you are now plummeting through an open sky. All around you, you see just two things. Below you, a sea of open clouds. Above you, the same thing but reflected on the other side. Off to your left, you see a large, kind of bright, kind of blue-ish sun. It's hanging out in the distance. On the right, you see the moon in the sky, smaller than your normal moon, kind of just hanging there, right on the horizon.
Hello there, and welcome to the mid-episode break of Spitfire Squires. As usual, this is your loving editor, Hayden, and I'm just coming at you guys with a little bit of a reminder today. We do have social media. We are on Instagram and Twitter/X at Spitfire Squires, and if you follow us there, here's what you can expect. On the day of new episode releases, you can get crit counts so you can see ahead of time or watch along with reading the crit count. There's also teasers of episodes the Friday before release. There's also going to be character art on there, and there's other fun things scattered here and there on the account. Also, I just wanted to come in and say thank you on behalf of all of us here in the Squires. We are so happy that anyone is interested in listening to this group of goobers play D&D for a couple hours every other week. We're super happy that we get to do this, and yeah, I'll let you guys get back to the episode. Thank you again.
Basically, you guys met up with Professor Brand, Castio's group, and you headed down to the portal, and both teams got a anti-magic token, and you were sent through the portal. That's kind of a yellowish green color. Yujiro came down as fucking JD. I almost forgot his name there. JD went through the portal, and he had a letter for him. Sloran took it. Marion went through, used the Wand of Wonder on her way out, and vanished from existence before, who knows. And then Jesse went through the portal and saw his reflection reaching out to him before he was shunted into a new space. So as you exit the portal, it feels like weeks have gone by for some reason, but it all comes back to you as if nothing had passed by at all. You're now looking out at a vast horizon. In every direction you see clouds. Down below you, probably about a couple miles, you see clouds spanned out in every direction. It's like a nice white fluffy blanket. Above you is the same scene, but it's matted with different holes from where storms are brewing or the clouds are coming overhead. You cannot see the bottom or top of wherever you are. But below you, what you see is a ship, a just classic sort of pirate ship, engaged in a ferocious battle with the largest octopus you have ever seen in your entire life. This octopus is about half the length of the ship. Its tentacles are wrapped around the bottom of this, and it is grasping onto it and squeezing it tightly as if to try and break it in half. All around you, you guys are Studio Ghibli falling out of the sky, arms outstretched like you're, skydiving, and you're in free fall. So what would you like to do?
Well, shit. How long do we have until we hit the water? Question mark?
There is no water. You only see clouds beneath.
Are we above the ship directly so that we're falling into it?
You are about above the ship and the octopus.
And they're both just free floating in space.
They're both just kind of floating like in the clouds. Like the octopus is about halfway in the clouds, and the ship is like as if it was floating on top of the clouds. Like if the clouds were water.
So how long until we hit those?
How?
Actually, I can probably give you a visual if you'd like a visual.
Sure, yes, please.
I would love a visual.
Hold on, let me pull that up.
How do the laws of gravity work in this?
You don't know.
I'm
You
gonna
can make an
That's-
Arcana check or an investigation check if you'd like.
So insightful.
I'm just gonna begin the minute-long process of casting Flock of Familiars. Just gonna
Okay.
begin that process.
Whoa.
So this is what
Okay.
you see
This
is
is
a
very-
giant ship. It's colored in a cyan, like sort of wooden, etched out floor, and the railing is kind of a yellow gold. The wooden walls are navy, kind of blue. A pink octopus is currently engaged in battle with this flying ship in the sky. You see several people down there, along with what appears to be some sort of like wind creature. Actually, make an Arcana check for me, Jesse.
Arcana check. What's my modifier? That's what I'm curious about. Oh, okay, I have +4. Oh, give me 1 second. I trust this dice today. 15.
15. You can guess that all the weird wind servants are unseen servants that are just milling about the ship, doing tasks like moving the rigging up and down, sweeping the floors, moving arrows into the ballista and the cannons as best they can. There's actually like a couple of them kind of moving one at a time, just kind of doing the basic work that many crew would do. But you only see 4 crew members on this ship. And you're currently in freefall.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to put my hands behind my head, kick my feet up in the air, cross one over the other, and roll a religion check to pray for mercy. I got a 23.
23. Okay. Here's what's interesting. You kick your legs back. You look out into the horizon, and you know this isn't your home world, but in the distance, you can make the vague outline of the same hands of God out on the horizon. And seeing this, you realize that even in this new place, your God is here, watching over you. And it gives you confidence that you are going to make it through this somehow.
Sick.
Because you endure no matter
I
what.
hold that pose as I fall to my death.
I will roll investigation if
Yeah, make an investigation checks.
on this, like, yeah, okay.
Do I have a
That's a
minute?
dirty 21. A
Okay.
21.
You're trying to figure out how this thing is flying, or...
Well, okay. Like, how is it flying? What is the gravitational situation? Like, is the gravity, like, on the boat? Or is there, like, a line of gravity? Or... Because, like, we're
Okay.
free falling, but it's not... It's obviously not on the ground. I got 21.
21. Can you also make an Arcana check for me?
Oh, yes, I can. Arcana. Put your pound. I got a 14 on Arcana.
Okay. So what you can tell is that there are 2 different ways that both of these entities are kind of hovering in the air here.
Okay.
The octopus has these crystals that are kind of like a whitish blue, kind of sticking out beneath where the suction cups are. And you can see it's sort of like maneuvering using the crystals beneath it as a sort of like, as if it were stepping on a, like, not like a rocket, but like something that holds it up in place. Like it's kind of hovering. And it's using its big body to hold on to these crystals and move around in different ways. The ship, however, is an interesting conundrum. You can't exactly tell how it's doing it, but you can hear the sound of melodic music. mainly like a piano. And it seems as though when the piano lifts up in tone, the ship moves up. And as it goes down in tone, the ship goes down. And this music is echoing out into the space, and it is beautiful. And below you can see a male air genasi playing vibrantly on the piano as he's looking at this giant octopus, and the other crewmates are engaged in battle, trying to hold off against these tentacles who are wrapping around the ship.
Okay.
It's unlike anything you've ever seen, so it's unusual, and you'd have to find more information from someone who knows what's going on. But from a just quick figuring out what's going on, adrenaline rush, this is what you glean. And you hear someone scream out as the wind's rushing past your ears, the voice of Marion. She goes, "Hey guys, how are we gonna survive this?" And you don't see her at all. She's not anywhere to be seen.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna take my now 75-foot rope because I cut my 150-foot rope in half
Yes.
and only kept half of it. I'm gonna take my 75-foot rope and wrap it around whatever rail or deck or like thing that I can see on this ship so that I start to like, once it's lassoed, I guess, onto this area, I can start to try to pull myself to that center of gravity. Does that make sense?
We are falling. I'm pretty sure.
You're falling. Yeah, you're falling out of the sky towards this.
Like
ship.
we're not floating.
Yeah,
we're
no,
not
no.
floating.
No, I
Okay.
know that. I
Okay.
know that. But I need to ground myself in some sense so that I stop falling. Does that make sense?
So you're trying to like throw the
Okay.
rope ahead of you to lasso onto something to kind of like catch yourself when you finally hit the end of the rope. Okay.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. So you have, let's say, about 10 rounds before you believe you'll reach the ship's destination, like the ship's level. JD, you are kicked up in the air. Marion is unsure of what's going on. You see Brand kind of casually just watching all of you and smiling like very uncharacteristically large. Zormash is directing himself towards the octopus. And Arcus is like freaking the fuck out. He's like, "Oh my god!" And he's just has his crossbow and he's frantically trying to load something into it. Slaron is looking all around, unsure of what's going on. And you see a stream of something yellow coming out from behind Cassio as you're falling out.
Funny.
Of the sky.
All right.
I'm gonna cast Flock of Familiars.
Okay. And that takes a minute to cast?
Yeah, it takes like a minute.
Okay.
I'm just guessing that we have enough
Um,
time to fall down there if we do.
You presume.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, if I think I've got enough time to cast this, I'm casting it.
Okay.
And so three Bimleys join Bimley.
So
And-
3 Bimleys pop out of the air, each one of them slightly different colored. You can see sort of an amber, sort of a white glow, sort of a standard yellow glow as they kind of
It's like the
come around
different
and grab.
Yoshis.
Sort of like the Yoshis
Yeah.
as they grab your arms and slow your descent.
And I'm gonna say, Bimley, Bomley, Bamley, Bumley, carry me.
I love them.
So
Very
funny.
beautiful.
Alpha formation, and the 4 of them are going to like attach to my back and start flapping their wings, and I'm gonna be flying with them.
I love
Hey,
it.
hey
I love it so
Marion.
much. So
Oh shoot, sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
you're gonna say something. Go.
You see like in a textbook, angel from Christian mythology come down with the beetle wings, holding up this yellow covered man, as he descends down safely to the deck. Actually, you fall down, and just as you sink beneath the clouds, you come rising back up and land safely on the deck. So you have made it and passed this survival check. We're going to say you were right about here.
I'm just gonna yell at the. I'm gonna yell, Bug Squad, save them! Just send
So
the
you
four of
see-
them after the crew.
Captain Esteban Rodrigo. He looks and sees you all falling out of the sky and goes, "What the hell?" And he takes out a feather, and he is trying to figure out which one of you is in the most amount of danger. And for what he can tell, it's going to be Slaron, JD, Castio, and I guess Brand. Because what you see next is Arcus take out his crossbow and load in a arrow with a rope in it, and he fires it into the deck, and the rope goes taut as he swings up underneath the ship and then goes back up into the air, and he's going to make a dexterity saving throw to see if he can land this.
Okay.
You, Krem, do a similar action where you toss
yeah.
the rope and swing underneath the ship as the rope goes taut. I would like you to make a strength check for me. Actually, I'm
Not
going to have...
dexterity.
I'm going to have Arcus roll a strength check to see if he can hold on to this rope, and then a dexterity check as well. I'm going to have you both do it, because that
Oh,
makes
God.
sense to me.
Oh no. What happens if I fail this?
We're going to find out.
Okay. I rolled a 15 minus 1. That's a 14 for strength.
Okay, that should do it. As you grip onto this rope, the rope goes taut, and you swing up underneath the ship. And make a dexterity check for me. Actually, saving throw. That should have been a saving throw too, but whatever.
What's the difference between a saving throw and a check?
Good question. For all the people who know more about D&D than me, send us comments about how I'm not smart enough to know it.
The
22.
That's
difference
a
is
22.
you are sometimes proficient in saving throws.
Yeah. Like
That makes
I'm
sense,
proficient
yeah.
in wisdom saving throws, but my wisdom is +3.
So you gracefully swing back up like Tai Lung in the first Kung Fu Panda movie as he swings around that pillar and comes back up out of the clouds of the whip, and you land on the deck with no issue. Arcus is going to
Actually-
make a strength check.
If I was doing
Or
a
a
saving
saving
throw, it would have been 18 plus 7.
Oh, so even more gracefully. than I
Even
expected.
more, yeah. So,
He got an 8, so he's going to take some damage as the rope... actually, no, it's on the crossbow, so... He's going to... What the fuck? This dice had a weird animation on my screen. So he's going to not hold on to it as well, and you hear a cartoony, goofy scream as he lets go of the crossbow.
can I take the rope that I'm holding? Like, would this have been enough time to, like, whip my rope off of the other end and send it towards him?
You want to take your rope and swing it back down towards Arcus so he can grab onto it?
Yeah.
Or
Or not even him grab onto it, but, like, it's in a lasso fashion, so if I could just, like... if I could, like, lasso his feet by the ankles and just make sure he
Okay.
doesn't just keep falling. Does that make sense?
Here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna swing up, and then he's not gonna be able to. We're gonna have a dexterity saving throw to see if he can do this well enough. Dexterity saving throw. He has +8 to that, so he should be fine. He rolled an 11, so he swings up, isn't able to hold on to the crossbow in time, so he swings outward, and he is unable to see where the rope is coming from. So he would have to do more to help him in this situation. But we're gonna go on to somebody else.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
As you figure that out, Marion, who you cannot see, is out of view, so you don't know where she is exactly.
Okay.
You see Zormosh collide with the top of this octopus.
Okay.
As he makes a surprise attack round on it.
From
And
space.
this thing is squishy enough. This thing is squishy enough to where he, basically, can just land on it. Like it just the flesh sinks in as he collides with it. So he's gonna make a great axe attack as he swings down into it. It's a 26 to hit, which definitely hits. This is two-handed, so he hits this thing for 13 damage. As you see him fall out of the sky, this green dragonborn swing his axe down at the perfect moment and collide into this pink octopus. And the axe carves down the front of it as he comes down to the main part of the ship. At the same time, you also see, we'll see if this works. Actually, no. Yeah, she's going to make an attack roll as well. You see a... You see the flesh indent and like make a sort of same impact, but you don't see where something would have collided with it. And then it bounces, and Marion, who is, as you can probably guess, invisible, is going to have to make a saving throw because she didn't succeed on her attack. Dex saving throw. She got a 16, so she bounces off this thing and manages to catch her footing as she lands on the ship.
Okay, so am I above the octopus or the ship? Or the void?
You are above the ship.
Okay.
Currently.
But I can kind of steer myself if I need to.
Well, what happened was you started drifting towards the ship, and right as you are about to hit the ship, you feel yourself get much lighter. And you slowly start to drift down to the deck of the ship, and you land on this table in the same relaxed pose that you took when you were up in the air.
Retcon, really quick. On my way down, I reached back, like I was in this relaxed pose, and then suddenly my eyes popped open. I reached back frantically, and I rummage in my bag. Very quickly, and I take out my bedroll and I put it under my head, and then I go back to the pose and I keep falling.
So you're falling down like a fucking Looney Tunes
Yeah, exactly. And then I slowly, like a feather, I swift back and forth above this table, and then I come to rest.
So you're relaxed upon this table. You see an unseen servant come over and take a pillow and put it up underneath your head and pat your head before walking away. Slaron,
God bless religion checks, man. That was awesome.
Less gracefully, gets hit by the same, basically feather falling effect, and she slides down this rope close to this piano that Captain Esteban Rodrigo is playing. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Castio. Castio
has pissed himself.
He's pissed himself, and he floats down to the ground unharmed. And Brand is just kind of like basically air walking down to the ship.
What a
Am I
G.
forgetting anybody?
No, I think that's everyone.
Think that's everybody? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come back to you in Arcus.
There's so many people going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. We're not gonna have this all happening all at the same time as much, just for this initial start.
Okay.
But you see Arcus about here, over on the edge of the ship. And you swung underneath the ship from the I think starboard side up to the port side. Krem, where are you on this map? Did I forget to add you, Krem? Is that who it is?
Uh-huh.
That's it. Yeah, I knew I was forgetting to add somebody. Krem, here you are. You swung from underneath on the starboard side up underneath it, and up to the port side. You landed over here.
Okay.
And you see Arcus, kind of in Looney Tunes style yet again, hovering in the air for a few seconds, and then you can use a turn to try and help him here.
Is he just hovering? Does he seem unharmed?
No, he's not unharmed. He is just like his momentum is canceled out by gravity at this moment. Like he's at the precipice of his swing, and he hasn't made his dexterity saving throw, and he hasn't been able to hold on to the rope. So he has let go of the rope that was holding him, and he has not been able to land back on the ship. So he's just kind of like up in the air, and he's about to fall back down through these clouds.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, I guess I'm just gonna play cowboy in this instance.
Okay.
Because I really do think. that like I'm not relying on him to catch it. I'm relying on my ability to like lasso him in some way.
Okay. Let's have you make a, I guess, dexterity check. Would that be in a dexterity or a sleight of hand check? I feel like it's an attack roll with your dexterity modifier added. Is what it is.
Okay.
I don't think you're proficient in it, so you don't get a proficiency bonus, but you can get your dexterity modifier added to your attack roll. Let's see if you can like latch this onto him.
So just like a D20 attack roll plus my dexterity.
Correct.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 10.
Okay, so you throw this rope out, and he reaches out to grab it, and my cat is scratching on the bed. I don't know why it's doing that. Hey, no. Okay. It's the first time she's done that. Stop doing that. So yeah, he reaches out for the rope, and is unable to grasp it, and you see him disappear beneath the clouds. Would anybody else like to do anything?
I'm sending the B squad after him.
Okay. So, what you see is the bugs drop off Jesse, and then like a American jet squad, both all in formation, fly down into the clouds. You see this light get further and further away in the fog before, just as it kind of disappears out of view, the light grows brighter as the Bimley squad, Bimley, Bumley, Bamley, and Bemley?
Well, I don't know.
Is that it?
Bimley, Bomley, Bumley, and Bamley.
Bamley all reappear from the clouds and drop a shaking Arcus down next to Krem over here. And I would like you guys to roll initiative.
Oh, before I roll initiative,
shit.
can I roll perception?
Sure.
I'd like to like look around this boat, see what's going on, see if I can gather any more information about it than Krem did.
Sure, yeah. From your sleeping position on the
Yeah,
table.
I pop my eyes open and glance around with a solid 22, so...
22.
Yep.
So you see an assortment of standard like ship assortments, like classic rigging stuff. You see ropes, you see tables, you see weapons, cannons, cannonballs, and you see chains attached every so often to this deck. And you presume that this chain setup is used so that if the ship were to ever turn or turn upside down, the chains could hold you to the ship and keep you from falling off. So you could spend some time or an action to attach yourself to the ship. There's several like hooks embedded all over the ship where you could latch on pretty easily. You see the front of the ship, there is a bathing quarters with some water. It has sort of a glass dome over it that in the case the ship flips, the water kind of can stay in that bathtub before coming back down. There's the shitter up there by the front as well, the poop deck. Up to your left, you see, yet again, Captain Esteban Rodrigo playing frantically on the table with one hand and the feather still outstretched in his other hand as he tucks it away and continues to play non-copyright piano music frantically, keeping the ship in bay. You can't see, I should actually use Fog of War, into these other rooms because they are out of your view. But if you were to see it, you would notice a lot of hammocks in these other rooms. And some food.
All about those hammocks.
Eating quarters. There's also these stairs up by the not stairs. There's hatches in front of the main mast on the front part of the ship and on the back part of the ship that probably lead to the lower deck.
Gotcha.
You don't. I mean, even with the 21, you don't have X-ray vision, so you don't know what's down there.
But with the 22...
And there's also these large cages. With the 22, I guess you could peek down through these grates if you wanted to move and do that, but it's up to you.
I think that's good. I rolled initiative, I got a 2.
Alright, JD got a 2.
I rolled a 23.
Krem got a 23.
I'm sitting at a 7.
Jesse got a 7. Let's see how everybody else does as I go through this list. Because we're doing combat. We haven't done combat in a bit.
Oh God. We fight shit in this? Oh God.
Marion got a 10. Castio got a 15. Professor Brand is not going to participate. Esteban got a 7. There's lots of people involved in this high intensity fight. Am I going to go down the line and get different numbers for everybody? I thought I would have gotten something different. A 12 for Arcus. Zormash. Da-da-da. Y'all plan out what you're going to do. Natural 20 for Zormash, which is amazing.
I'm going like...
So we got a 22 total.
I'm going like last, so I think I got some time to plan.
Yeah, you do.
I'm pretty sure I'm going first.
I'm going pretty late.
You're probably going first. So you can go ahead and make your move for what you'd like to do. It doesn't have to be combat. It could just be like figuring out what's going on or doing whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think the first thing that Krem's gonna do is pat Arcus on the shoulder, just kind of like it'll be okay type of maneuver.
He looks at you. He luckily has his glasses attached to a string, and he puts them back on his face like he just got off of a really intense roller coaster. And he goes, "I had no idea I could even pull that off, and I couldn't, but you could, so thank you."
And from there, I'm gonna attack this octopus with sneak attack because it doesn't really know that I feel like it's engaged in this ship at the moment, so it's not necessarily
it's engaged
focused
with another ally, I'd say, for sure.
So it's not really focused on me. So I'm going to use this is when I can't remember what my subclass is good for, but that's fine. Because I'm just going to not get anywhere near it, but I'm going to climb up so that I am like in this sniper type of position. Do you see where this is?
Yes. You're climbing up to the crow's nest?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna drag Arcus with me if I can.
Yeah, okay, you saved his life, so we're gonna have you make a persuasion check with advantage. You're probably not gonna be able to get it the whole way up the mast, but you can probably get about halfway up.
Okay.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, I just want to like bring him with me because I assume we're both gonna be kind of like snipers in that sense of like this thing.
Right, yes. I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So make your persuasion check. What are you gonna say to him?
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say, do you like getting hurt?
Not at all.
Okay, well then follow me so we don't get hurt, but we can still attack this thing.
Okay. It makes complete sense. You don't even have to roll for that. He's gonna follow you up as best he can. Up this thing.
And that's gonna be my move, just to like set up for the next round.
Okay, so you're using your movement. Talking is a free action, so you could fire or do something attack-wise if you wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chill with that.
Okay.
That way when his turn comes up, like, he can fire if he needs to.
Okay. It is Zormash's turn again, so he's gonna go ahead and just be simple and attack this thing, because he is, classic barbarian. So he's gonna make an attack with his great axe again. He has a 20, which hits, so he's gonna attack two-handed against this thing. He rolled a 10, so he got 14 damage as he's having the time of his life with this thing. You see him slice into this thing, and this purple blood kind of spills out as he slices into it twice, and he's laughing.
and he slices into it. And the blood actually is going to outline a little bit of Marion as she's standing there, I guess, on top of the shitter, like this little toilet bit. And she's just like, wipes it off her face. And that's going to be his turn. You see a old tabaxi with a staff kind of run over to the middle part here, underneath this giant blue tapestry mast sail. I was looking for sail. I found sail, guys. And she yells out to everybody, "We've been fighting this thing forever. We just have to get away. Try and get these tentacles off so we can leave." And she is a druid, so she is going to cast a spell at it. She's going to cast Acid Arrow. But rolls an 8, so completely misses. It is now, I guess, this guy named Marcus's turn. Marcus is going to use his entire action to load a cannon and sort of point it at the creature. He's going to run over here and load this thing up with the cannon. That's going to be one action, and then next time he can load it and he can fire it. Slaron's going to go. She's going to kind of rush over to this tentacle here, off to the right-hand side on the starboard, and she's going to use her spell. Let's just do Ray of Frost. And that's a 21 to hit. These are rolling well. And she does 8 frost damage as she unleashes a stream of cold energy into this tendril, and you see it start to break off away from the ship, but it's still holding on. Up next after them is Castio. Castio is going to spend his whole turn to run up and... what's he going to do? He's going to pull out his arrow, the arrow of a Truth or Dare, and he's going to fire it at this creature. Let me pull up that. So 20 to hit, so that definitely hits. Everybody's rolling well. Okay. This is completely new for me. How is this possible? So the creature has to make a 15 intelligence saving throw, but an octopus is pretty smart, usually. The stat block I'm using has a -3, so I don't know if I agree with that.
Hurt.
It got a 14. Actually, no, it's a -3. I thought it was +3. So it does not pass. And he, with the arrow of Truth or Dare, I guess he's going to dare it to do something. He's going to dare it to leave the party, like the worst dare ever. Hey, I dare you to leave.
Dang.
You're going to dare it to
Dang,
leave.
that's just sad.
And it's
Poor
going to make an
guy.
intelligence check again. Well, I guess it will understand this. We're going to say it understands this. It doesn't need a language barrier. So you see it start to unlatch some of its tentacles. And he goes, "Guys, I think I did something. I think I did something."
Sick. Castio figured it out. He solved the problem.
Yeah.
You solved my Kraken puzzle.
I solved my Kraken puzzle.
Yeah.
Guys, I did it.
Hey,
I
I solved the
solved my own
puzzle I made.
Yay. Wasn't expecting. I was expecting higher intelligence on this thing. Was expecting him to look like a dumbass again, but I guess Castio gets a win every once in a while. We're gonna have even piss babies get a victory sometime.
Damn.
Sometimes piss babies need a victory.
Agreed.